I've had this jean jacket for ages, like decades. And I never was comfortable wearing it for two reasons. One, the band at the bottom is right around the hips, and I've never liked that look. And two, it's kind of rough and it's not well worn in. Even though I got it vintage and used, it hadn't really been used before, so it's not soft. And then a couple weeks ago, I got to go to town and thrift, and I found that shirt. And at first I bought the shirt not even thinking of pairing it with that jacket. It's lovely, soft and big, and it's exactly the kind of big shirt I love to wear. And what I especially loved about this shirt is it's a double-sided fabric. Inside is the tinier red and black check, and outside is this bigger check. And after wearing it once and thinking, oh, I love my new shirt, it occurred to me, I have an idea of how I can pair that shirt and that jacket and love to wear both. So if you're watching this video, it means it was successful and I will share with you my process. This is not going to be easy to film with my setup, but I'll do my best. So I've begun, what I'm planning with the jean jacket is I'm going to shorten it so that it is not at my hips, but just under the breast. And I'm going to, so I've taken the band off the bottom. I've marked where the side seams marks, like, where was it? Here was, just in case I need it. I don't think I will. I measured first, and this band is exactly the same width as just under here. So that's handy. So my plan is I'm going to, we'll see how it goes, probably measure up and then cut all the way around and then reattach the band. I've done a tester to see if I could remove a button easy enough. You have to do a little clipping in, but I was able to, because I checked online, and the easiest way they said was to use needle nose pliers and get that under the back shank of the shank. Let's see, of the back, and just I just fiddled with it till this part came off, and then this is what was left. So I had to actually do a little clipping of the fabric to get this out. So what I'm happy about, the reason I did a tester, is I wanted to know if I could keep this button intact and just put it over that button, or like, originally I thought, well, if I can't remove that button, maybe I'll cut. See how unused this jacket is? These buttons are even hard to undo. So I thought if I can't remove that button, I will cut this there and use that button instead. But now that I know I can remove that button, I'm going to, and then I'll just, when I reattach the band, that way this button will get used. And I'm not sure, I originally thought, well, maybe I'll take these two out as well, if they were gonna be intrusive to under the arms or something, but I think they're actually at the back, so I might leave them just for aesthetics, for being able to make it a slightly smaller if I want. So that's the plan for the jacket. I'm going to move the band up 6 inches at least, I think. I didn't actually measure it. Yeah, 8 inches actually, or more. This is the seam allowance that was in where the band is, and that I'll give myself a good seam allowance up here too. I'll probably use pinking shears when I cut it, just so that I don't have raveling. So anyways, that's the plan. I'm going to move this band up. My plan for the shirt is to reverse it and have the small check on the outside. I was looking at it, and it'd actually be quite easy to do. I took the buttons off. I took the collar off. That wasn't hard. And I took the pocket off, and also not hard. And the neat thing about the reversible fabric, which I find so fascinating, and this is going to be such an easy thing to do, is the way they made the shirt first is let's see if I can get this on camera here. They sealed all the seams, so reversed inside out doesn't look reversed inside out, except along the sleeves. Let me grab the sleeves. You can see on the sleeves it slightly shows there's a raw edge. I actually don't care about that, but I think what if I do anything, I'll do some embroidery along here and then it'll cover it up. Some hand embroidery. What's neat about this version of the shirt that's gonna be, I'm all kerfuffled here, hold on. Okay, the front of the shirt is going to have the small checks, except where the buttons were. And I'm just going to put the buttons, not the same buttons, because I've actually decided if I have a set of just pure black buttons in my collection, I'm going to use them. These are the ones that were on there. I probably have pure black buttons. If I put the buttons on this side, it works just as fine with the buttonholes. And what's going to be interesting is this darker, bigger check is on the going to show on the front of the small check shirt, and it's going to show on the upper back and on the collar and the cuffs. So it's going to be like this planned accent to that matches the small check. So I really like that idea. I'm not going to replace the pocket, I don't think. I'm going to try and get rid of this line here, but if I have to, I guess I could put the pocket back on. Just on the wrong side. And then my plan is, this is a long, soft shirt. And with the jacket being cut shorter, I wear lots of long shirts, tunic type shirts. So any shirt that I wear under the jacket will hang out from under the short part, the band under the breast, and it'll almost look like it was a plain skirt of the jacket or something to that effect. And that's my thoughts. That one, I'll have this still lovely soft shirt to use, but then well, I guess I could have used it the other way under the jacket too, but I really just love the small check over the large check. So that's my, I wear this much more. I'd wear this much more with the small check up front. So that's my mini thrift flip for this one. I'm going to reverse the shirt inside out and wear it that way instead. I've made a little progress, so I'll share that. I got the bottom band basted onto the shortened jacket. I'm decided with these, I have my sewing machine out, but I'm not going to do them by machine. I've decided I'm going to hand stitch everything back. Mostly because these days that's all I feel like doing. I don't feel like machine sewing at the moment. Now, what happened is at the back is slightly larger. When I said earlier that the measurement was the same, it's looked the same, but when I got up here and actually put it all together, which is why you need to double check things, it's not quite exactly the same. This is slightly larger than this. So what I'm going to do before I baste it is I'm going to do a running stitch through this apart and gather it a little bit and then put it in under the band. And that way it'll just have a slight gather at the back, which will be just fine. This short jacket kind of reminds me a little bit of, and has been inspired a little bit of the like Jane Austen era dresses, how they have the little short jackets and everything. I've just recently watched The Other Bennett Sister, which is, oh yeah, that was fun. That's the plan anyway. So that's how far I've come with the jacket. I haven't had all the time in the world, unfortunately, to work on these because I've had a couple of other obligations I have to do. But I am trying to get them done. Now, as far as the shirt goes, I still have this dart to do, but I did it on the other side. As you can see, I picked it apart, I turned it the other way, and then I just took enough of the side seam apart to do that. And then I've hand stitched it all back together, and I'm pleased with that. So I'll do the other side still. And I do think I won't ever get this mark out of the shirt, so the plan is to put the pocket back, but on this side of the shirt. And it'll be interesting because it takes that big check dual design thing. It adds that as well on the front, so that's okay. And I don't know if I showed this yet or not, but I've also got the collar completely basted down, and I will be hand stitching that back in place. And I still haven't embroidered around the sleeves, but that's yeah, that's done. So when I make some more progress, I'll come back again. Before I go any further on my shirt, I wanted to share with you. So reversed, the way they've stitched it, which is lovely, the only part that looks like it's the inside that I now have on the outside is where the sleeve is attached to the shirt. You can see it's just the serging stitching. It's all trimmed nicely and everything, but does look a little bit like it's the inside if you look at it. So what I've done is I've started, well, on the other sleeve, I'll show that in a sec. So I stitched with just a black cotton thread that I got a little while ago from thrifting, actually. And I'm stitching across all the way around the sleeve in one direction, and then I'm going to go back and put a little, I'll show you here. This is what I've done on the other sleeve. Yeah, so it's little crosses. Now it's subtle, it doesn't stand out a lot, hardly at all, but it definitely takes away your looking at where the sleeve is attached, thinking, oh, that's the inside. It's added something to it, some decorative thing. And I have thought maybe I could add a little row of X's across the pocket or somewhere else. I'm not sure. Right now, this was really just to disguise the seam. I think it did a good job. Now I just have the buttons to go and the shirt is finished. Okay, I have the jacket and the shirt finished. This is the shortened jacket, and I'm really pleased with how it turned out. I'm going to pause the video and turn it around so you can see the back. There it is. I'm very pleased because now I have a spring jacket that I'm going to be happy to wear. Alright, pausing again so I can trade into the shirt. There's the finished shirt, and I really am so pleased that I was able to turn it inside out and make it a shirt. I just love the smaller check far more than the larger check, but I really like the way the larger check still is a bit of a feature in the shirt, so yay! All right, one more pause, hold on. All right, here's the final video of the two of them together. soft shirt inside the jacket that fixes that for me. And yeah, I really like the length of that jacket now. It's not my usual kind of video. Hope you got something out of it. Thanks for watching.